Let's be honest. You open your laptop full of intention, but 15 minutes later, you're checking your phone, switching tabs, scrolling aimlessly. It's not that you're lazy. It's not even that you're undisciplined. You're starving for silence, for focus, for something that actually pulls you in, not pulls you apart. We live in a world designed to scatter us. Notifications, open tabs, Slack pings. Even when we try to concentrate, it's like our mind is standing on a floor made of marbles. But what if you could train yourself to think clearly again? To work with depth, not distraction. That's what this book is about. In Deep Work, Cal Newport makes a bold claim. The ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare. It's increasingly valuable. In other words, focus is a superpower. And if you can reclaim it even a little, you'll stand out in any niche, any career, any creative field. This video is not just a summary. It's a quiet invitation to build the skill most people have forgotten. Let's begin. So, what exactly is deep work? Cal Newport defines it simply. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. Think of a coder writing clean, elegant software, a writer entering flow, a designer shaping something from nothing, or a student absorbed in solving a complex math problem. That's deep work. Now, compare it to shallow work, the kind of work most of us do all day, replying to emails, joining back-to-back Zoom calls, toggling between 10 browser tabs while checking our phones every few minutes. Shallow work is low value, easy to replicate, and doesn't push your brain to grow. It feels productive, but it rarely moves the needle. Newport argues that deep work is becoming more valuable because it's how you learn hard things fast. It's in how you produce work that actually matters. But at the same time, it's becoming more rare because our attention is under constant attack. In today's economy, there are two core abilities that will keep you relevant. One, the ability to learn hard things quickly. Two, and the ability to produce at an elite level in terms of both quality and speed. Deep work supports both, sharpens your mind, strengthens your skill, and increases your impact. And here's the twist. You don't need to be a genius to benefit. You just need to protect time to go deep. Whether you're in marketing, programming, content creation, teaching, or any niche that demands focus and creativity, deep work is your secret weapon. It's not just a productivity hack. It's a form of craftsmanship. And just like an artist needs a studio, a deep worker needs space, mental, digital, and physical, to go deep. So how do you build that space when the world is built to distract you? That's what we'll cover next. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't do deep work anymore. Not because they don't want to, but because they've forgotten how. We live in a world that rewards responsiveness over reflection. The faster you reply, the busier you look, the more productive you seem. But here's the catch. Busyness isn't depth. In fact, Cal Newport says we're experiencing a cognitive crisis. We've trained our minds, like Pavlov's dogs, to jump at every ping, buzz, and pop-up. And now, we struggle to sit still with one idea for more than 5 minutes. Part of the problem is structural. Open offices, instant messaging, meetings layered over meetings. It's not designed for focus. It's designed for accessibility. But the other part, it's personal. We've grown addicted to distraction. The scroll, the refresh, the dopamine drip of tiny notifications. Even when we try to focus, part of our mind is asking, what am I missing out on? Newport calls this the attention residue effect. Every time you switch tasks, a bit of your focus stays behind. So even if you think you're multitasking, you're actually diluting your depth. In this world, shallow work is easy. It's comfortable. It gives you the illusion of progress, but deep work, that's rare. And because it's rare, it's valuable. Which means if you can resist the culture of constant distraction, you're not just more productive, you become irreplaceable. And you don't need to change the world to feel that. Even 1 hour of deep focus a day can start changing your life. But how do you actually get there? It starts with the 4 rules. So, we've seen why deep work matters and why it's disappearing. But how do you actually do it? Cal Newport gives us 4 rules. They're not hacks. They're habits meant to reshape your time, your mind, and your relationship with work. Rule 1. Work deeply. Deep work doesn't just happen. You have to build rituals and systems that support it. That means creating structure. Newport says, treat your focus like an athlete treats training. Set a start time, an end time, a location, and a process. Do you need to unplug the Wi-Fi? Put your phone in another room. Use noise-canceling headphones. Choose your tools. Then make it a ritual. Not dramatic, just consistent. You can choose your depth style. Newport outlines 4. 1. Monastic. Eliminate all shallow obligations, ideal for full-time creatives. 2. Bimodal. Split your time between deep work and other tasks. Like a professor who writes 3 days, teaches 2. 3. Rhythmic. Schedule deep work daily at the same time. Even 90 minutes per day adds up. 4. Journalistic. Squeeze deep work whenever you find time. Only works if you're highly disciplined. It all starts with being deliberate, choosing how you work, not just drifting through it. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Design them. Rule 2. Embrace boredom. This one surprises people. Most of us think, if I'm bored, I need to fill the space. Music. Scrolling, checking. But Newport flips it. If you always fill your attention, you lose the capacity to go deep. Focus is like a muscle, and if you never let it rest, it weakens. So instead of escaping boredom, practice it. Set small focus challenges. Go for a walk. Leave your phone at home. Sit for 10 minutes and just breathe. Wait in line without pulling out your phone. Sounds simple, but over time, this resets your tolerance for silence. And in that silence, deep thought can emerge. Rule 3. Quit social media. This rule isn't about being anti-tech. It's about being pro-attention. Newport suggests a simple test. Take each platform you use and ask, does this tool bring substantial positive value to my life, enough to outweigh its cost and attention? If the answer is unclear, consider cutting it, not forever. Just long enough to notice. What happens when the noise fades? This isn't about deleting everything. It's about selective use. Newport isn't saying never use Instagram. He's saying don't let it use you. Your attention is a currency. Spend it where it compounds. Rule 4. Drain the shallows. Let's be honest. Not all shallow work is avoidable. You'll still need to send emails, join meetings, handle admin. But the goal is to minimize it and control it. Start by time blocking your day. Don't just make a to-do list. Assign every task to a time on your calendar, even breaks, even lunch. This doesn't make your day rigid. It makes it visible. You start to see where your time is leaking. You can also try what Newport calls the fixed schedule productivity method. Decide how many hours you want to work each day. Then ruthlessly prioritize what fits into that block. Say no to what doesn't. Over time, you learn. Most things aren't urgent, and most emergencies aren't your responsibility. The less shallow noise you tolerate, the more mental space you create for real work. Together, these rules create a deep life. When you work deeply, boredom becomes your friend. When you quit distractions, you remember how to think. When you control your schedule, your life becomes yours again. These 4 rules aren't about working harder. They're about working true aligned with your focus, your values, and your best energy. Because ultimately, deep work isn't just a way to succeed. It's a way to feel connected to what you do and to who you are. The best part? It's trainable. Anyone can start. 1 focused hour, 1 quiet decision, 1 intentional block. That's all it takes. So let's zoom out. Deep work isn't just about writing code, finishing a project, or getting more done. It's about building a deep life. Cal Newport is clear. A deep life is a life of meaning, focus, and satisfaction in work, but also in everything else. Let's break it down. A deep life starts with clarity. You know what matters? You protect your time like it's sacred. You're not chasing every shiny thing. You choose a few things that matter deeply and go all in. It also brings joy. There's something profoundly satisfying about losing yourself in a task. When you're fully immersed, you're not anxious. You're not comparing. You're just here. And that presence, it spills over. It makes your conversations richer. Your creativity stronger. Your confidence quieter but deeper. Newport gives real examples. Writers who carve out hours in the early morning. Engineers who block social media and build focused routines. Students who set phone-free study windows and get back their minds. The core idea is simple. Your best self doesn't live in chaos. It lives in clarity. But that clarity takes intention. You can't just hope for a deep life. You have to design it. Start by asking yourself, what would a deep version of my work look like? What distractions steal my energy every day? What's 1 hour I could protect just for focused effort? This doesn't mean your life has to be perfect. It just means you're shifting from reactive to deliberate. And even that shift, small at first, can transform how your days feel. Deep work isn't a finish line. It's a direction. A compass pointing towards something fuller, quieter, more satisfying. And if you follow it, even just a few steps at a time, you start to feel it. Your thoughts deepen, your work sharpens, and your days begin to breathe again. Let's take a breath. After everything we've explored, distraction, focus, silence, structure, maybe the real question isn't, can I do deep work? It's, who could I become if I did? You see, this book isn't just about productivity. It's about possibility. A lot of people go through life half present, half in, half out, always reaching, always reacting. But when you choose deep work, you start living from a center, not from noise. You begin to own your attention. And when you own your attention, you start to own your time. In your time, that's your life. It doesn't happen overnight. You'll still get distracted. You'll still check your phone too often. You'll still have shallow days. But slowly, something shifts. You start protecting 1 hour a day. Then 2, you make small, powerful choices. You start to feel the difference in how you think, in what you finish, in how deeply you connect with your work, your ideas, and even yourself. Cal Newport reminds us, a deep life is a good life. Not because it's perfect, but because it's intentional. So if you're tired of noise, tired of surface-level days, this isn't just a strategy. It's a way back to depth, and it's waiting for you. If this video stirred something in you, if you're ready to reclaim your attention, to do meaningful work, and to live wide awake, subscribe to Read and Done for more book summaries that challenge your mind and soothe your spirit. Your next chapter starts with clarity. Let's go there together.